Greetings there, my fellow frostbitten mice. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Whiskerwood. Episode 3, Staving off the biting chill of winter. And it looks like you guys want a flax farm, so once this farm is built, we'll have it be flax. And I'll probably move some of my fishermen over to farming roles, at least one of them. So I believe I only have 4 fishermen, or 4 farm guild, food guild or whatever. So, I'll only have 1 flax farmer to start. So since this is a farm, let's go with like cobble fences, which feels farm-like. Yeah. Yeah, 1 fisherman becoming a flax farmer. There. Perfect. Let's also mine out this spot here so that a farmer can access the land a little easier. There is a gate decoration, yeah. I know. But I don't like it over just leaving it the way it is. Looks like my woodcutters are running out of stuff near them. So I'll queue up some more woodcut priorities up in them hills. And we have got 3 days left until winter really sets in, but you can still have very cold days prior to the winter, so keep that in mind. You might need to heat your homes sooner. Unfortunately for me, the one blueprint I've really wanted is like eluding me, which is the stone dump. With any luck, I'll be able to get offered a stone dump today. And now we are at max approval. The total amount of approval you can have is based upon your population, because each individual person provides approval. So your approval max is directly correlated to your pop size, as it says there as the tooltip. Capacity grows with population size. All right, what do I have to pay taxes with? I've got flax. I don't have a lot of copper. Oh, but I have gold ore that has yet to be delivered, so I think we're fine. Gold ore is worth a ton. So the advisor. Temperatures are becoming chilly. Temperatures aren't dangerous yet, but adequate heating will improve the mood and efficiency of your whiskers. So your whiskers will have mood modifiers like chilly, which slow them down and make them work slower. So because we have 66 wood, I'm going to go ahead and start providing heat for this area already, even though it isn't required yet, because there is a benefit, an immediate benefit. I also wanted to build a cafe. Maybe I'll have a floating wharf cafe here. I've been trying to hold out for stone dump so I could have a cafe built on solid ground, but I'm tired of waiting. Supplier ship, we'll go with the minimum T. Unloading that now. And if we hit H as in hotel, you can see the heat being provided. And as the whiskers pass by the campfires, they will warm up. So putting campfires where you commonly work and also where you sleep is the most impactful. It also wouldn't be bad to have campfires near the bathing dock and cafe as well. And I'll be building that right now. That's the entry point, so we'll put it there. Let's go ahead and set the campfires to a higher priority. So the campfires have burn time, and they will burn out and have to be rebuilt. They don't get refueled. They'll just have to be rebuilt. In the heating utilities, as you can see, there's other things that are locked that are not in the demo. So this isn't going to be the only method to heat your town in the long run. But as they pass by it, they are getting heated and cozy, which is of grid benefit. Now, of course, there is pollution, which is also a negative modifier, but pollution is a less of a negative modifier than being like truly very, very cold. So if you have to choose between a little pollution and freezing to death, a little pollution is worth dealing with, I think. Oh, even more gold ore. Awesome. And there's gold ore above in the ceiling as well. Cool. I'll keep that in mind when it comes to paying taxes. So, we'll have a no whisker ship for a long time. Man, they really don't want us growing our population. And it's a bit random as to what you're being offered, so I'm just getting unlucky as a result. From no approval to max approval in 2 days? Yeah, I mean, I solved the problems in society. So you're welcome. Speaking of problems in society, my storage is near nil again. And I aim to fix that. So another seaside warehouse. Very tsunami-safe warehouse, if you will. Now, one of the other things that my people are going to be complaining about soon is just not having nice surroundings. So to that end, I am going to start introducing some prettiness. Now, I don't want to build any of these decorations on buildings that we have. And the reason for that is, like, these basic houses I don't intend to keep forever. Like, they're temporary. So on these mining shacks, I'll put hanging gardens. And then, let's see. Over here, I'll put flowers. Just as a start. Oh, and then maybe on top of the bathing dock, I'll put hanging gardens as well. Is there an open spot besides the cave farmer? There is. I could build a decoration here, like a little flower bed. Even 2 flower beds. Let's do a flower bed and a tree. A subterranean tree. No, that doesn't make sense. A planter of flowers. There. Getting prettier. I'd like to think. And therefore, they'll be around decorations, improving their mood. As you can see, beautiful and pleasant surroundings. As a positive mood modifier, keep them happy. Okay, tax collector. I am, this time, gonna push for a maximum shipment. Just as a thing to do. Free up some space in my warehouses and, you know, show you the benefits of doing a max. And a supply ship for hardtack and tea. The cafe is gonna need someone to run it. Stone dump! Ah, finally. Alright, we'll take the stone dump, and we'll take the medicine soap and tea. Medicine soap doesn't really have any uses just yet, but it has tea in it. Alright, the reason I wanted the stone dump so badly is the stone dump allows you to add to your landmass, essentially. So I'm going to start doing that. Like a landfill. So I'll I'll pause work for this miner entirely. Actually, yeah, they don't have anything in delivered, and I'll employ them as this stone dumper. And I'm going to start filling up the terrain here so that we can actually build up nicer houses. The cafe is almost all already done as well. And I'm going to fire one of the woodcutters and employ them. Actually, of all of my current people who are navigators, is one of them... Who's swift? I'm looking for someone swift. So we have a swift farmer and a swift engineer. So maybe I'll employ the swift engineer Wishbringer as our cafe worker, because being swift will be really helpful for food deliveries. So my 3 unemployed is an explorer guild. So this explorer guild is just going to go back. The explorer guild will help out the stone dump, I think. Or maybe be my builder. So we have, yeah, okay. So my engineer becomes the cafe worker, my miner becomes the stone dumper, and then the explorer becomes the builder. Yeah, that works. How fertile is this island? Oh, wow. It's a pretty fertile island. Okay. Miner. Blood to death, heading to work. And then Wishbringer heading to the cafe. And the cafe will help to have people like eat processed foods and not eat in a warehouse, and that keeps them happier as well. So only 6 food has been delivered today, but that's just because it just got built. But for tomorrow, we should have a lot more people dining and enjoying tea and fine tea and meals in the cafe. How do you go to the islands? Build bridges, stone fill, you know, it's up to you how you want to do it. In the demo, I would say there's not really the logistics, because you don't have logistic stocks to really exploit the resources in other islands unless they're immediately adjacent. So it might be reasonable for us to exploit resources here, but like any further doesn't really make sense with the technology I have available in the demo. So I'm gaining about 120 nearly, or approval a day, because we solved a lot of the problems that we had. And some of it is beautiful surroundings, so that gave me like a plus 60. Pretty big deal to just, you know, add that. All right, it is a heavy snowstorm. I have about a day left of burn time on my fires. But the stone dump works very quickly. If I have one complaint about the stone dump, it's that you have to like babysit it. It also sometimes bugs out, where like the stone dumper won't landfill, and in that case just recycle it and build a new one. I suspect this bug will be fixed pretty soon. Pirates! So I haven't committed to the crown to not negotiate with pirates. So I'm going to give them a bunch of fuel. Have them go away. Pay them off. And now the advisor saying it is dangerously cold because this is the final day of autumn. Speaking of which, it would be very wise for me to get a weavery up and running. So I'm going to build a seaworthy weavery. That's fun to say. Out on the wharf here, out on stilts, so that we can start turning our flax. Which, I mean, for real, I see barely any flax from this farmer. My goodness. But turning the flax into clothing. And a supply ship for, we'll do a minimum of tea again. Now, it occurs to me that we're going to have tax period pretty soon. And I don't exactly have a lot of money to show for taxes. So... let's get some gold ore. We're mining up some copper, but it's a far run from where we, it's a far run for us. Oh yeah, this is farmland. Let's fix this. Farm tool. Shrink. And extend. There we go. That should help a little bit. I mean, not a lot, but a little bit. And I think the mining that we've been doing is this stone mining, so I'm going to cancel the stone mining for now. And here, as you can see, where the stone dumper has worked is physical tiles now, which accommodate, bonfires and the like. The cafe is fully stocked with 21 food, with fish and berries. One of the things that the cafe allows you to do is you can stock complex foods once you have complex foods, like smoked fish, so that people will eat smoked fish rather than raw fish, making them happier, much happier. So it's a method that you can use to sort of set diets, which can be really in your advantage. You are a bit cold out there, aren't you? This is a less frequented area, so even though he's cold, I'm not considering adding fires. Also, it's worth noting, fires propagate up and down. So you could also, for instance, if I was farming up here, I could set a fire, hypothetically, in the mining tunnel and warm the soil above me if I wanted. So, like, there's a lot of things you can do with Z level with fires, which is pretty neat. I was really hoping to get this campfire built before end of day, but unfortunately, he was too busy working on the weavery. The dumper really needs babysitting? Yeah, I'll try to babysit them, like, frequently, but they work so quickly. And this is, like, with only one of two people working in the position. Imagine if I had two people working the position, they would just, like, immediately dump fill over and over and over. But it's a really good way to reclaim land, or, from the ocean. Alright, approval's pretty good. Not too many people are, like, frigidly cold, so that's good. And the upcoming taxes are pretty manageable as well. Bunch of supply ships. So in this case, this is a bit of a trap. And it's a trap because we won't be taxed for, like, at least 4 more days. But when taxes come, they're going to be steep because of the lapse of taxes. And that typically happens in the winter. at least anecdotally, I can say. So just be warned that, like, come wintertime, yeah, see, King will suspend most visits to the colonies. We're confident that you will survive until the spring. So make sure to be building a bit of a nest egg to pay the first of spring taxes when the first of spring taxes come, because it can be painful. I don't have anyone working the Weaver yet. I still have some woven cloaks, but not many. So I'm probably going to fire one of my woodcutters and put them in the weavery role, because it's also a Explorers Guild job type. So we can make some more clothing. Supplier. I could also opt for higher taxes and gain some woven cloaks, but I'm not going to, because I'd rather have the tea. Now, as far as I could tell, your farms are still as productive in the winter as they are other seasons, even if they're like frozen over. I haven't really noticed a big difference or an advantage to defrost them. I could be wrong about this. I haven't done like the hard science or tried to Google an answer. Time to hoard all the shinies? Yeah, I wonder how many shinies I have. My miners are like not coming up here though. Come on. When I'm babysitting him, it's like he takes extra time. And we're getting more coastline, which is great. And all it does is cost me a little stone, which is virtually free, considering we're mining on a mountain. And they're staying mostly not frozen to death as a result of our strategic heating in the most densely populated areas. So things are going pretty well for our little micekin. Come tax season, we do have 15 copper and 5 gold ready to be offered, and I don't... Oh, even more. 19 copper. So yeah, I think we'll be fine. And we're already making some woven cloaks, so if we take a look at the stats here, we made 4 of them today. Because that's another negative movement modifier. If you end up, especially in the winter when you're not clothed, you're really susceptible to succumbing to the elements. I cannot stress that enough. It's really easy to actually have your mice die from frostbite or hunger. I just, having played before, I know to avoid these things, these pitfalls. But what I will say is in playtesting this game, I definitely underestimated the brutality of winter and ended up with just a frozen colony of corpses. It's pretty easy to do. Well, I am netting quite a lot of approval. These guys are happy. Despite that, we did have 2 people not physically make it to their beds. And this is what I was saying before. Travel time matters. So 2 of the mice could not physically get to their houses before the end of the night period. So trying to design a more densely congested city, so to speak, would be in my benefit so that they could actually get to where they need to be before end of day. So I'm landfilling here with the hopes and plans to build like a denser housing project-y thing so that it's just easier for them to fulfill their needs. Some of it also is a result of just physically being slower in the winter because of the cold pause, as you see here. Once their body temperatures, oh, this one was just in a fire. But when their body temperatures drop, they just move slower. Can you... How deep below the ocean can we mine? I'm not even really sure, but deeper than... deep. It's a bad answer, but the one I'll offer. Let's see. I wasn't counting, but here's sea level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 deeper. You can go, like, maybe deeper than you can even go up. That's a lot of space? It is. Plenty of resources to exploit, in other words. You know, because I have so much firewood, I'm actually going to plop a fire there. And maybe one... Well, I'll wait for that fire to be built. And we're starting to get the gold, even more gold from above. And I saw a unit of gold here as well. In the mountain. Yeah, there's gold nodes there. I don't think we'll have problems with taxes for a bit. The TLDR. Do the mice like living in underground warrens? As far as I can tell, it makes no difference to them where they're living. It's about the ambient beauty, and the beauty is a result of building beautiful things, decorations-wise. So, that's actually, you know what? Should I build a city underground? Would you guys prefer that? I've been filling in the oceanfront, but I can just as easily repurpose this area and build underground if you want. You guys can vote. Yay or nay. Totally up to you. All right, one. You're drunk. Go home. It's pathable. So if we're trying to go underground, there's something in the resource tree I would really like to obtain first. Which is the stone stairs. Where are they? I'm probably staring at them. For real, where are they? Oh, stone stairs. They're locked. I need them as a schematic. The reason is, they're fast stairs. So if I start to live underground, there's going to be a movement speed penalty if I have to go up and down, up and down. So stone stairs would be great. So I think that's what I'll do, is I'll plan an underground city. It seems like you guys want that. But I'm going to wait for me to get stone stair blueprint. So taking a look at the it's just a bunch of supply ships for a bit. But what I can do is I can start excavating it all the same. So I'll have the underground excavated in preparation. And only one slept outside today. We did have some nauseating pollution just because of the frequency of the amount of fires I have out there. And we have 6 more days of winter, so it's going to be a minute until we see the light of day. One thing I could consider, actually, is digging a tunnel in here to go underground. I rather like that, and the reason being, I would not need to go subterranean as much. So I think that's what I'll do. Because it's also pretty close to my bathing dock and cafe. So the travel time between home and bathing dock and cafe aren't that bad. And then I can also dig this out here to meet up with that underground. So that the underground will be in this section of the mountain. I like it. And that way I don't really need to worry about stone stairs. At least not yet. Where are my current mining tasks? That is the better question, because... well, quite frankly, I need more miners. But that will come when population immigrants go back up. The other thing I could do is I could cease some other industry in lieu of working on the underground. With that said, logs are always pretty important for fuel sources. Planks are probably going to be the houses we build, right? So we probably still want the sawmill going. So there's not really a lot of other industries I want to stop. Plus, you know, we like to eat berries, so I don't want to stop growing berries. So I don't really think there's much to do about hiring more miners. Because at the moment I only have 3 miners and 2 are currently mining and 1 is stone dumping. The stone dumper could go back to mining. So maybe I'll have the stone dumper go back to mining once I finish this wharf area. I'll probably fill in this spot here because it's just weird to have a void. And then I'll put them in mining as well to help excavate a living area. Sammy, you asked if pollution is worse on the ground. As far as I know, it's just an area of effect sphere. It's not worse underground, in other words. What is not going to be fun tonight is all 3 of my fires burnt out middle of the night. So we're going to sleep chilly tonight. Make it home! So maybe that's the... oh, no. He's not home yet. Yeah, he didn't make it home. Boo. And then he fusses. You're lazy, and then you blame me for not getting home. You're out late drinking, buddy. Little mouse buddy. It's not my fault. The fires are coming back, so we're not going to freeze to death. And then the miners are starting to dig out the mountainside so that we can live in there. God, our tax bill is going to be rough. Probably. The mining is pretty far from the current projects. You're not wrong about that. Let me fix that. Move. There. And then another thing I could do is to build a warehouse. Actually, let's move this here and build a warehouse here. That should speed things up a bit. And I'll start mining from this spot. This will be a faster walk. What happened to the decorations when we moved the camp? They're just floating there. Hanging garden. But they're floating on stilts. So they're there because, you know, so I could delete them and recover some of the lost benefit. But I don't know if it's a bug or not. But in the case, they do get stuck on stilts. So it's not like they're floating unsupported. So that's why I'm thinking maybe it's by map design or game design. Could, of course, be wrong about that. Alright, what? My builders are building this? Yeah, okay, they're building it. Sweet. Looks like we have a pretty steady supply of flax. Definitely making a decent amount of woven cloaks. Food is getting delivered. I keep forgetting about the stone dumper. But pretty soon he'll join the mining corps. And it is particularly cold. So there's one thing you might notice is that the sphere effect of the heat is just a lot less now. Because we're dead of winter, like coldest night. And yet they bathe in the ocean. The mad lads. Luckily they don't like instantly freeze. I'm adding some more walkways to try to help the slothful drunkards get home in time. Nope, someone went bathing at like midnight. And two of them did. I got blamed. Boo. But having a warehouse over here will help with that. Because if they're trying to make the last run of deliveries for the night, that will cut down on the travel time. So I'm going to do 4 more fills, and then we'll have Bloody Death join the miners. Swole, look at him. Templeton going, oh yeah, this is no problem. Strong shoulders. Having a builder with strong shoulders is actually really nice, because they can pick up so much stuff in one go. We have got... So the farming fire went out. I might as well put that back. It doesn't hurt. It's not like we're lacking the timber. And these guys are getting a little bit of body temperature negatives for work speed. So the other thing I could do is to delete this and put a fire here to sort of like warm up the mining area and maybe even the woodcutting area. Warm the hill from below, which is like a wild game mechanic, but I'll take it. So some of the houses are 2 units high. So if we take a look at the houses here, the row houses obviously are 2 high. And the row houses are easy to accommodate because you can like line them up really nice. Whereas the plank houses, so these are also for 2, but they take up a lot more room. horizontally. So we're probably going to want row houses in our subterranean area, which means so that we don't bust out the height of the mountain. Maybe we even go down a tile once we enter the caves here. We will still dig down, so that we can have double high row houses without excavating the soil above. Those houses are for 2. Now, we're going to still want some of the single houses, because the houses for 2 come with a penalty if you're a loner or snores. So people that snore, because I think we have some snorers. Got 1, 2 people, 3 people that snore. They're going to want their own houses, or no one's going to want to share a house with them. More accurately. And eventually there is like houses that are for even more. They're just not in the demo, so I can't speak to their stats or anything like that. Yeah. You guys gonna make it home? Oh, I think it might be the first night in a while that everyone made it home. Yeah, everyone made it home. Just barely. But the fact that only 3 of them had chilled paws, given that it was like negative 10, pretty good. And we're just a few seasons away now from taxes again, which also means immigration. Thank you for tuning in to Whiskerwood, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow mice kind.